Welcome to the world of Mahabharat. In my last video, you saw that Draupadi had refused Karna. And I told you that I will be discussing why did Draupadi refuse Karna. So there are various theories to this refusal. So one is what you see, what you get. The apparent reason that Draupadi did not want to marry someone from a lower caste. But the fact remained that Karna did say that now that I'm a king, I've been promoted, and then Drishtadumna came in the middle when Draupadi said no. That's one theory. But the fact remained that Karna was a king. This is the one you see first. There's a second theory to this. That maybe Draupadi did not like Karna at all. Draupadi did not want to get married to Karna. But she said no to him using the excuse of the caste system. Because the setup was patriarchal. I mean, however you say that the queen or the princess could garland the man that she wanted, but the fact of the matter remained that there was a lot of politics behind. The Swayamvar was restricted to upper castes. Generally, the contenders were kings and princes. So if a man would complete the task, and even after that, if the woman would say no, then there would be war and battle and all kind of things. So before getting into that kind of complication, Draupadi decided that she was going to hit him where it hurts, that is, use the caste system and say no to him. Second theory. There is also a third, which I had read in this book called Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee Divakurani, where Draupadi had said that I took this decision because I did not want to see my brother die. Because Drishtadumna came between Draupadi and Karna to fight the duel with Karna. Draupadi could understand that if there is a duel between Drishtadumna and Karna, then Karna would win the duel, which would result in Drishtadumna's death, which would result in Draupadi losing her brother, that one brother who was born out of the fire, just like her. So that's also another theory. But let us look at exactly what happened. Karna was refused. Karna leaves the court feeling so insulted that he will wait for the day that he can repay the insult back to Draupadi. So now the whole court was sitting in absolute silence because most of the kings and princes could not even lift the bow, and the task was to lift the bow, string it, then put the arrows, then look at the reflection of the fish which was actually stuck on the ceiling on a disc. There wasn't hardly any contenders left. Suddenly, there is a movement in the corner. Someone was getting up. There was a rustle of clothes. And a man stood up. This man had quite a presence. Tall, dark, sharp eyes, very sharp eyes, sharp nose. But there was an anomaly. This man was not dressed like a king or a prince. This man was dressed like a Brahmin. Now, during those days, the Brahmins were generally the teachers and the ones who learned scriptures. It was generally restricted to that. Brahmins did not generally come for Swayamvar Sabhas. He was a Brahmin who was standing up to compete. With very confident steps, this man walks up to the bow. Everyone is very curious. This is a rare scene. This man walks up to the bow, and Draupadi, from the corner of her eye, looks at her friend Krishna, who's also sitting there. Krishna has a smile on his face. What's going on? Draupadi wonders. But everyone, and Draupadi too, wanted to find out what will this man do. Nobody could think that he can do anything because, of course, he can do, during those days, everything was related to the caste. So everyone was very, very apprehensive that what is this man going to do? This man confidently walks up, lifts the bow with a complete ease, just the way Karna had done. Strings it, as if one strings a toy, and takes the arrow from the quiver. He looks at the tub of the water. You remember I told you a fish was stuck on the ceiling. The reflection of the fish would be on the water. This man, or whoever the suitor is, will have to look at the reflection and then aim at the original fish. So basically, the contender cannot look up. They have to look down but aim up. This man did exactly that. He waited for the water to still, looked down, focused on the reflection, and aimed up. The arrow left the bow, and suddenly all the murmurs and everything in the court stopped. There was hushed silence. The arrow had left the bow, pierced right into the eye of the fish. 5 arrows like this had to pierce right into the eye of the fish. For the first time, a person had actually done this. The first arrow has gone and pierced. The second arrow was aimed, left the bow, and then again it pierced into the eyeball of the fish. Second arrow, done. Third arrow, yes, it did pierce on its mark. Fourth arrow was also stuck on the eye of the fish, and the fifth arrow had to leave. Now, fifth arrow, if that pierces into the eye of the fish, Draupadi will be married to him. Draupadi looks and waits for the fifth arrow. No, she doesn't refuse. She doesn't do anything. She just waits. This man quietly focuses, aims up, the arrow leaves the bow. And suddenly, the court is filled with thunderous claps and praises and applauses. The fifth arrow has left the bow and pierced right into the eye of the fish. Who is this man that Draupadi is going to garland now? This man doesn't disclose his identity. And Draupadi, without knowing the name of this man, agrees to get married and agrees to garland him and go with him wherever he takes her. Welcome to the world of Mahabharat. We will see what happens to Draupadi after this incident of garlanding. Wait for the next episode.